Okay, at this time, I would ask if you would please stand up over here on my left. Mr. Kurt Jones, he made a report during the Finance Committee meeting, but I want everybody to have the opportunity to meet Mr. Jones and get acquainted with him. He is the new Russellville City Engineer and Director of Public Works, and we're very proud to have you in that position for the city. So welcome in this capacity, Mr. Jones. You bet. And with that in mind, he does have a report to give to us at this time regarding Public Works.
I brought copies of this for all the council members. I'll go ahead.
We can hand them down if you want to.
Well, first of all, I know most of you, all of you actually, and I've worked with the city for some time. This is a little bit different role for me at this point, but I'm excited to be here. I'm excited about the opportunity to work with the city as the city engineer and public works director. I've mentioned this to a couple of you already, but there's a great staff over there, and I've been here a little over a week and a half now, and I knew what I was getting into going over there because I've worked with them over the last probably 7 years, and it's been a very smooth transition for me from my previous role as a consultant to the city to the city engineer, and again I appreciate the opportunity. The mayor had asked me if I would be prepared to give an update after being here for a week and a half, and I felt like it was important to get in front of you and kind of at this point as soon as possible and kind of tell you what is going on over at Public Works and what we have accomplished this year and what we're looking to accomplish in the coming months. The handout you've got is just basically a short list of some of the accomplishments that we have made this year, and I'll go through it real quick. I know you've got a full plate this evening, so I'm not going to take up any more of your time than I have to. I've kind of broken this down into the different categories over in Public Works, and start with operations. We're continuing our mowing and ditch cleaning efforts and addressing work orders as they come in. We've to date completed 606 acres of mowing, cleaned nearly 90,000 linear feet of streams. We've completed 786 hours of street sweeping and have received a total of 2,166 work orders, and so far have closed 2,157 of those. And our continued goal is to close those out as soon as possible. And then there's an item there on our fleet department has worked on approximately 290 vehicles thus far. Under traffic, our traffic department has been busy replacing video detection loops. We've also had some repair and replacement opportunities on some traffic signals that have been struck by large vehicles. The one on 4th and Knoxville and the one on Lock and Dam Road were both suffered damage this year and had to be repaired. We've replaced over 1,000 signs, faded street signs, and are continuing to address those and identify those signs that need to be addressed. We're also here in the next couple of months, we are going to start doing some restriping on some streets. We've identified some areas that need restriping, and we're in the process of getting cost estimates for that work right now. Our GIS and mapping guys have been at work continuing to work on the GIS maps for the city, and I've got some items there that they're actually working on, including transferring or migrating some of our newest version of Map Guide over to the GIS server software, and that will be ready for the launch in conjunction with the new City of Russellville website in December. We're also working with AHTD to collect right-of-way information from their state highways that pass through the city, and we're having, because they don't have that in digital format, we're having to actually take the hard copies and transfer those over to CAD. And then we're also continuing to scan all the subdivisions in the city, all the plans, construction plans, plats, and so forth into the system. We got a positive audit report from Floodplain Management Department. Our Floodplain Management Department got a positive audit report from Arkansas Natural Resources Commission. And we've, under permits, we've issued 148 right-of-way permits thus far this year. As far as our capital improvement projects, this year, projects that completed were H and Parker, the North Phoenix Overpass, and the Main Street Enhancement Project. We have substantially completed the two other projects, the Waco Detention Basin and the North El Paso Street Improvement Project. On the detention basin, the lacking on that project right now is the final asphalt for the trail and the placement of the picnic tables and benches that will go in that basin area to be used as a park. In El Paso, the only thing lacking at this point on it is some of the landscaping and tree plantings that we were waiting for the weather to break a little bit so that they wouldn't be stressed as much there. Upcoming capital improvement projects, we talked about these at the Finance Committee. And I'm planning to get started on Cedar Street as soon as possible. That's the road that will lead to the convention center. We'll be doing the design for that in-house. The Reasoner Lane extension is one that y'all have asked for some more information on that I'll be bringing to you next month or sooner if we can work that out. And that's, of course, the extension that would extend Reasoner on parallel to the I-40 and connect over to 124. And then the North Arkansas sidewalk projects, which y'all approved funding for earlier tonight. And that would be a sidewalk that would run along the west side of Highway 7, North Arkansas, from Parkway up to the Tech Campus, L Street. We're working on overlays. We haven't completed any this year, but we have just today gave a list to our paving contractor, and we have approximately a mile of road, different roadway segments that is being slated to be overlaid here in the next couple of months, and we're looking at other overlay opportunities as well. With that, I'll wrap up my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have regarding Public Works at this time.
Good report. Thank you very much, Mr. Jones. At this time, excuse me, I would like to ask the fire chief and police chief to please come forward. I have a presentation to make here, and let me say this is maybe somewhat unusual, but we have two plaques here. One that is for the police department and one for the fire department that were given by a anonymous donor. And the statement on this says, "Thank you for your continued service, protection, and enforcement." And the quotation continues with, "Real heroes don't wear capes." Now, it's my understanding that This individual who did this is an Arkansas Tech student who was very grateful for the service of these two organizations. So I would ask, would you two please come forward at this time?